ade ebe anope yembo modena yene Mr. Ken Ashigbey woye womo epanyi yene no ending kom Mr. Ashigbey anope yemo akwaba ebe dwumedi no eso
Yeah,
na emu design pay
yes, we try and
yo per mo release no anope e wo se nipa dodo no mo entimi register omo sim card no womo moji omo ahoma no efiri womo ensem anya bia no maje
yeah, yeah, shas. Say, in terms of barring and yeah, dear switch view of our no akudum. And over 9 million for now, yeah, be deal with them. I say individually. Yenti telcos no be on be in batch into over 3 days no. On be we and unyanti say. Would the anchor off and now one short na no chinichi ebeko nti the here say immediately na no why first face ne da just all Ghana card no call telcos no ase ana baby out who say SIM card registration ye wo ho no ana we the 40 say we say we download the app no now the app no aye no we try 5 CDs no
opani ni nyina mu no mbisa say as telcos no are you happy about some more deactivity amount for sims 9 million of them
No, 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 no. We are not happy at all. And yet, yeah, we are not set up to be deactivating SIM cards. Now, me sure say Minister for Communication and Digitalization, NC, they are also not happy because it comes at great cost. Already, SIM registration are expensive. Now, barring for every call I'll be, the credit I'll bet on. Yeah, CST also. Other 12 was so airport buy amount for so we use almost same cards no almost the year you e-levy or use mobile money e-levy be buy no so be kwa buy amount for nankasa so and no be we are at the end of the year so make sure corporate income tax no ma no nya am be chanti for us as members no telcos no it's something that nti enu nti na unse do baby kra na telcos no omo ka se be registration abroad be ma 1 gig of data ni sa no man we did all of those things to entice people spent a lot of money put employee extra staff just to get people registered and all of that nti enya dia barring and because for us yeah
9 million of more subscribers and over the period mobile you more free more networks as well what are the cost implications how much would it be costing you in terms of musika revenue and kebaba mo so nipa no wo transactions bia krampa how much do you envisage that this is going to cost you
well, this would be something that would be difficult to put a direct number, but you eventually use law of averages. Ghana no share average revenue per user around 20 in 2021 it was around 20 Ghana cedis, into any average. Until you multiply 20 million by 9 million on a monthly basis, that is potentially how much revenue. But it will definitely be more than that. And no, yeah, just on one side, there are other things that people on the networks would also be able to do and all of that. And see, the revenue potential, it's the reason why, as we speak, we'll continue to keep the various SIM registration outlets still open and hoping that people would go out and do the SIM registration so that their services can be restored to them. And then also, but you see, the thing also that we all need to do is that this SIM registration itself is a good policy, a policy that is directed at ensuring that we have a robust, database so that fraudulent practices will be a thing of the past, and we'll be able to then deepen digitalization, be able to do other things because when you say we use it to nipa now so use it number no nipa na the correct person and yes in your fleet to do na ya hack you be WhatsApp ya banks no cry complaining amount for friendly no we definitely need to sanitize our cyber security place and make sure that digitization you bet to me ashimu and na it me it has that's an intent good intent the only challenge because of the fact that the only card we can use is the Ghana card, and then you'll be and it will be. But in this particular case, the barring that is happening in this particular case, and yet for in conform Ghana card, they will not be affected because they will not come to them yet, and I'm sure those conversations are going on. But this are for on my first stage. Now, question will be busa or honor say, and then will be one Ghana card. One register, Sims 10. Now, Sims 10, back open a wire bio capture. I didn't know your 9 I didn't want it. Those are the questions that you ask yourself. And then, we need to really make sure, because this is what a pleasant thing any country wants to do. Buying over 9 million subscribers, it has major implications. And see it me here, shed the be rolling the back, and it would require efforts from all stakeholders, including subscribers in Ankasa.
Opani, maybe a question for you. As much as you highlight the importance of the exercise, shouldn't necessarily have come with an expiration date?
You see, those are questions that you need to ask the policymaker, because the policymaker has a better view of the way things are going.
But you are stakeholders who are being impacted negatively in terms of revenue.
I am sure you're also a stakeholder, are you not?
Indeed, I am, and yes, I'm concerned about it.
So what's your view?
My view is that it shouldn't have an expiration date. What's your view?
So why do you say that? So since you want us to swing it over,
yes, you asked me my view. I have said mine, but I'm asking you again.
So I'm asking. So why do you say that? What's your basis for that?
Well, if you answer mine, I've already answered one for you, but you answer mine for me, and then we can go ahead. I'm saying that as chamber, do you think this should have come with an expiration date?
You see, the answer is not a yes or a no answer. So we need to deal specifically with those who have the Ghana card, who have started. Should they have a period where they complete their exercise? Yes. Should people who do not have the Ghana card, should there be an expiration period when they can? The only expiration period is at the point when they get the Ghana card. You see, because the condition precedent is the fact that I need a card to be able to register. So if I don't have the card to register, you cannot then make that a condition precedent. That's why I'm asking. So that's why your question has to be put into the right context. In terms of this particular one that we're doing, but the challenge also in this particular one is that, unfortunately, the system we're running, if you don't physically have your Ghana card, you can't register. If the collaboration between the NIA and NCA were tight, what would have happened is that once your name is on the database, and because it's a biometric system, if you go to any place you want to register and they have a device, and I put my thumb on it, it would then be able to say, this particular biometrics belongs to Kenneth Ashigbey. So if he says that the same as him, it would happen. In this particular case as well, we had the very first press release, the press release I made the there was a caveat that in Crawford, to me, on my first face, to me for genuine reasons, we should call the NCA. And one of the reasons is that so we are 404 no card now biometric capture now. Then what it would mean is that you would not be able to, because so what is a card here. No police station are reporting. Now what the police extracts. Now they are NIA office. Now what catch on say me card I rent in replacements. No more say almost say the card first is January. Then it needs at this particular stage, it only inform me NTA so that you'll be exempted, you'll be whitelisted. Then what is going to happen? So you'll be blocked, and that block would be through no fault of yours. And so the answer to the question you asked, it's not a simple yes or no answer. Yet it's important that we finish this exercise within a period. But there are conditions that should enable that to happen. What are the conditions and how do you do it? How do you go about it to ensure that all of that is done? That has to happen. But when you sit also where, and then I've given an example where somebody, has 10 SIM cards registered to its Ghana card, but then the person has done only one bio capture. Why is that so? In as much as you say, The system should have been designed that once I do one, the rest of them should be done. This also tells you that is it possible that maybe somebody has used somebody's Ghana card to do the first phase? And so all of these also then might be bloating, might be creating the pre-registered SIM issues that we want to clean up. It's those are typical critical questions that need answering, that we really need to find ways of doing it. But how do we do all of this in such a way that we don't let those who are not really within these kind of things also suffer? I think for me, those are the fundamental questions that stakeholders and the professionals within the ecosystem need to really think about and find proper solutions.
Opani, because one of the paragraphs was very specific to clarify that. One more entity phase one, no? I don't know two more.
Say no, the end and I say, you see, so nipa ni phase one, then it could be say nipa ni Ghana card. So it has to happen is that a lot more thinking has to go into that, in terms of when is, you say, yeah, by the law that set them up, no, they don't have a deadline to do all of that. So how do you deal with that? How do you even determine those who have the Ghana cards, who do not have the Ghana card? How do you deal with the situations of at some point, there are about 250,000 people when they attempt to do the SIM registration, it returns back to them the data already sent, so they are not even able to do the phase one. So you need all of these issues are normal, and find ways in which you resolve that, so that you then can come to that particular point.
Well, I know, sir, but let me ask anyway. But two questions. I noticed in the statement you released, Telcos are mentioning MTN, Airtel, Tigo, Vodafone, but I didn't find Glo. Is it the case? One more any system anymore now?
So it's just that Glo is not a member of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications. There are other, even apart from Glo, the other BWAs, Selfline and Norma, they are also not part of the chamber. It's the reason why they are not mentioned specifically. You see, the essence of this statement, is to inform the concept of our members. There is a policy directive that has been given that is going to be done, and so they need to be aware. It is our obligations or branches say to me informing your members, the customers, and say we never. Then yes, or maybe so to be in your call and also so network and by the terms and conditions, so say if you are taking any action important, say your friend is saying the message be to
Mr. Ken, I should be a better answer. I pay only didn't come out with media so.